Let's debrief.
His immediate boss left, and so it's the boss's boss now. That's the big boss man. I'm going to go talk to the big boss man and make sure that I'm going to step into that role. I'm going to make things happen. And so I told him, look, man, you got to exercise some tactical patience here. Obviously, the last thing you want to do is rush right into that situation. I mean, they just got thrown a massive curveball of like a key leader just got pulled out of organization. We're already struggling. They got a lot on their plate. They're probably thinking about the strategic survival of the company at this point. So you going in and trying to lobby for a leadership position, it's probably not the right time to do that. Number one. Number two, try to understand the strategic perspective of the big boss man and where this company's going to go and what his thoughts are. I was like, so exercise some tactical patience. And that's a term we use in the military. It's one of the hardest things to do because I'm a pretty default aggressive person. We talk about being default aggressive. You got to make things happen, seize the initiative. Problems don't solve themselves. You got to go out and solve those problems. So it's very hard to balance that dichotomy of like, hey, sometimes you got to exercise some tactical patience. And that means I'm going to wait and let things develop before I actually make the call to move the team in the direction. So talk to that leader about that. And eventually about a couple months down the road, the opportunity to step in that role was offered.
What made you lean towards giving the advice of, hey, take it easy, would you just take it easy? What made you lean in that direction versus going, hey, opportunity's there? Yep, roll in there and go default aggressive and let's make this happen. What was it that indicated you in the situation to take a less aggressive approach?
Yeah, I think what drove that guidance was understanding that the company was in a tough situation already, and that there was probably some real strategic decisions that had to get made. And that filling that role immediately was not going to be a priority.
Because you assessed that role might not even get replaced. I mean, look, during COVID, somebody leaves, you're like, cool, we just took a big payroll off we just took a big chunk of pay off of our overhead. So you're thinking, hey, it's probably not a good time to waste leadership capital trying to jump up and yell, hey, pick me.
Yeah, so leadership capital is exactly why. And that's a great way of capturing it because in my mind, it was very clear that what he needed to do was build a better relationship with the big boss man. Like, hey, boss, where can I support? I'm standing by. I'm standing by. What do you need?
Think about the difference. Think about the difference of what you think of these two people. One person says, hey boss, I want that job, pick me. The other individual says, hey boss, this is a tough time. What can I do to support? Think about those two people and how you view them. And it's so obvious when you take that step back and you put yourself into the shoes of your boss and you see your boss's perspective. It makes the answer very clear. Because we all know that the person that comes out looking for me, instead of looking for team, how can I help? We don't want that person. And does that mean you don't show any initiative and you don't, you don't ever say, hey, I got this? I'll tell you what, I would much rather show you that I want to step up and lead than tell you I want to step up and lead. 10 times over. I'd much rather, if I got two people working for me and there's a leadership opportunity and one person tells me they want to lead and the other person starts taking ownership and leading, it's a no-brainer who I'm going to pick. So that's, once again, that's some solid advice.
I was just going to say, what you're saying there is it's tactical versus strategic, right? The tactical is like, hey, I might get this job. Let me lobby to get myself in that position. Even if that you might think that's the best for the team versus strategic thinking like, hey, let me demonstrate that I'm here to support the team. And it's going to be pretty clear through my success, I'll earn the opportunity to take that position or I won't, and if I don't earn it, then that's on me.
Don't hire me.
But thinking strategically is obviously is going to set you up for success every time. I mean, and that's you got asked that question at muster last year. At one of our musters, like, when should I be thinking tactically? When should I be thinking strategically?
Yeah. And I gave the overly hostile answer of you should be thinking strategically all the time. Got fired up for that one. This also reminds me of a chapter in Leadership Strategy and Tactics. The title of the chapter is "Don't Go Overboard, Rambo." You want to be a leader. That's great. But don't be offensive about it. What does that mean? It means don't run around saying, I'm the leader, I'm in charge, listen to me, I'll make the decisions. That attitude will offend many people. It's the equivalent of, look at me, I'm important, and it doesn't go over well. Rambo might be a cool movie character, but charging out alone without regard for others doesn't work in a team environment. So there you go. Got to watch out for that one. Don't go overboard, Rambo. Which is, by the way, Rambo is a very derogatory term to call someone in the SEAL teams. Hey, what are you doing over there, Rambo? Well, that's how it gets used. You don't go, dude, nice work, Rambo. So, sorry there, John J. Rambo.
Although we did, Mark Lee often quoted, Rambo, what mean expendable?
All right.